Hallo Leute!
Das ist mein Bruder Chase.
Das ist meine Schwester Kaylee und ihr seht Deutsch für Euch.
German is hard. Well, is it? The short answer is yeah, no. Bye! Hey, you know me. No video under 10 minutes. So let me elaborate. In the way most people mean when they judge a language's difficulty, German would definitely fall among the hard ones. It has declensions, conjunctions, uses genders, and how. It has a tense system. It has meaning-changing prefixes, a sort of subjunctive, and a few other things. So, meaning, in short, it has a very rich grammar system. On the other hand, a lot of grammar means systems, and systems are awesome because once you figure them out, you can apply them to everything. That's actually also what I personally love about Russian, which is another language that's considered hard. It's very systemic. But you guys already know I love grammar, so I don't have to make a case for that. What makes German relatively hard when compared to other systemic languages is that, yes, there are rules, but at the same time, there's a lot of exceptions, and most of the time there's not even like specific exception rules to them. They're very unique. So with German, you always have to say, this is how this works, unless A, B, or C, and also D, but that only if also E. I've only truly learned to appreciate how frustrating that is ever since I've taken it upon myself to explain this stuff. It's rarely just anything. But looking at it from another perspective, our tense system, for example, is a lot less detailed, a lot less frustrating, and a lot less all over the place, like, for example, the English one, which on its own account is immensely complicated and can trip you up pretty badly for something that is so easy to get wrong. And yes, we do decline, but declensions are actually one of the few things in German that are reliable. If you don't believe me, check out my episodes on it. Meaning once you learn them, the endings stay true. German also seems to be a nice intersection between English and the Romance languages, neither of which it's really that close to, even though it should be to English, but apparently close enough to make it possible to derive some things. And besides that, our phonetic system is really chill. Not quite as clear as, again, for example, Russian, but a hell of a lot more logical than that of English. Then again, I don't even want to see the language that sucks even worse than English at turning spelling into pronunciation. Oh, the horror! And the articles actually are... Nope, I can't turn this into positive. The articles just fucking suck. Case in point, no way to get around it. So yeah, German is hard. Hard compared to English, which, due to its lack of grammaticalization, makes it really easy for beginners to just jump in and go and largely be understood. It does have a few things up on English, like for example more flexible sentence structure, although not flexible to any degree, a less strict tense system, and more logical pronunciation. But besides that, yes, German is hard, or as I prefer to put it, a lot of work, because that is what it essentially boils down to when we say a language is hard. On the other hand though, every language is work. I've never seen anybody just look at a textbook once and be like, damn, I speak this language now, because in the end it takes practice as the main component to speak a language. Depending on your pre-existing knowledge of other languages that are maybe related to German or just give you a general understanding of how to learn a language, may be harder or easier, or maybe, let's say, medium difficulty, but in the end, what it stays is hard work. At least it isn't tonal like Chinese. Ni hao! Sorry if I fucked that up, I don't speak Chinese. So like I always say, you shouldn't expect to be able to learn German if you don't have time to spare and the motivation to stick with it, even though it is hard work. But it's nowhere near an impossible task either. Just ask my longtime viewers. So that's it for my 2 cents on this question. If you aren't already, and if you have some time to spare and some motivation for it, just give it a try. You won't hurt yourself. Und es wird nicht so heiß gegessen, wie es gekocht wird. Nothing is eaten as hot as it is cooked. Meaning, we say a lot of dramatic stuff about things that end up being not as bad as we made them out to be. And that's it for today. Your random word of the week is... der Kassenzettel. Bis nächste Woche. Tschüss!